Picture this. You're scrolling your phone, debating another online purchase when suddenly, on August 1st, 2025, President Trump steps up and drops a bombshell. Massive new tariffs on goods from over 90 countries. The global markets tank, billions vanish in hours, and even Trump's supporters are left stunned. Trump calls America's $1.2 trillion trade deficit a national security threat, justifying a sweeping 10% tariff on nearly everyone, with some countries facing much steeper penalties. The message? The old rules are gone. Play by Trump's terms, or don't play at all. Panic erupts worldwide. Switzerland, famous for neutrality, gets hit with a 39% tariff. Watchmakers and bankers are in shock. Canada, America's friendly neighbor, faces a 35% tariff over accusations about the fentanyl crisis. Allies and rivals alike scramble to respond as decades of trade policy are upended overnight. Businesses relying on global supply chains face chaos. Consumers wonder if everything from phones to medicine is about to get pricier. This isn't a minor tweak, it's a seismic shift in America's relationship with the world. The ultimatum: strike a new, fair deal with the US within a week, or pay the price. The global trade war just went nuclear, and everyone's caught in the fallout. To Trump and his supporters, this isn't chaos, it's a long overdue correction. They see shuttered factories, made-in-China labels, and a middle class hollowed out by decades of unfair trade. The argument: other countries have gamed the system, subsidizing industries and manipulating currencies while the US racks up deficits. Tariffs, in their view, are a weapon to force foreign goods to cost more, nudging companies to buy American and rebuild domestic industries. The gold jobs, pride, and leverage make the US market the world's most coveted prize. Trump's $1.2 trillion deficit isn't just a number, it's a rallying cry for national renewal. Supporters see tariffs as a necessary toll on foreign competitors, willing to endure short-term pain for long-term gain. It's also a negotiation tactic: maximum pressure to force new, fair, and reciprocal deals. The message: open your markets, protect US patents, and end unfair practices, or lose access to the American consumer. For many, it's a high-stakes gamble worth taking. They see a strategic genius forcing a global reckoning, not a reckless leader. For Trump's base, this is about making America strong again, whatever the cost. Critics, from economists to business leaders, call this a catastrophic mistake. Their core argument: tariffs are a tax on Americans, not foreign countries. When the US slaps a 25% tariff on imports, it's American businesses and consumers who pay, through higher prices on everything from cars to electronics. Instead of protecting jobs, critics say tariffs destroy them by raising costs for manufacturers and disrupting supply chains. Many jobs lost to globalization were also lost to automation. Tariffs won't bring them back. Companies hesitate to invest in new US factories when trade policy could change overnight. Some shift production to other countries, others just wait out the storm. America's global standing takes a hit. Longtime allies face tariffs, retaliate, and look elsewhere for partners. Other countries target US exports with their own tariffs, hitting politically sensitive products. The result: higher prices, lost markets, and a battered reputation. Critics see a lose-lose scenario. American consumers and exporters both pay the price. To see the real impact, look at the people living it. American farmers, once told to feed the world, now watch their biggest markets vanish as China retaliates with tariffs on soybeans and pork. Small business owners, contractors, boutique retailers, face soaring costs as tariffs hit lumber, copper, and even small imports. Every price hike gets passed to consumers, making housing and goods less affordable. On the factory floor, it's a mixed bag. A steel mill might hire, but a machinery plant down the road pays more for materials and struggles to compete. For every job saved, another is at risk. The new tariffs on pharmaceuticals could mean higher drug prices now, even if domestic production ramps up later. Coffee lovers feel it too. A 50% tariff on Brazilian beans means pricier mornings. Tariffs on Chinese goods transshipped through other countries mean electronics and toys get more expensive. For families already squeezed by inflation, every dollar counts. The trade war is making it harder for many to make ends meet. The shockwaves aren't just American. Global allies are furious and defiant. Canada fires back with aid for its lumber industry and calls the US tariffs absurd. India vows to protect its interests after new tariffs. New Zealand and Switzerland scramble to respond to steep new duties. These aren't adversaries. They're longtime partners now treated as economic enemies. China, the main target, faces a 40% tariff on goods routed through third countries, escalating the tech and trade standoff. Beijing retaliates, targeting US companies like Nvidia, signaling a broader tech war. Other nations are forced to pick sides or forge new alliances, with Brazil and Russia mocking or maneuvering around US pressure. The chaos is realigning global trade, pushing countries to strengthen ties with each other and look beyond the US. The big question, is America still a reliable partner? For many, the answer is increasingly no. The US risks isolation as others adapt and move on. The world order is shifting and fast. Not everyone's getting hit equally. Some countries get a pass, others get hammered. The UK, Japan, and South Korea negotiated deals to avoid the harshest tariffs, joining a VIP club for those who play by Trump's rules. The US-South Korea deal, for example, sets a 15% tariff on Korean imports but lets US goods in tariff-free. The EU struck a fragile truce, a flat 15% tariff in exchange for suspending retaliation, but Trump threatens to raise it if the EU doesn't invest big in America. Even Mexico got a 90-day reprieve to negotiate. Tariffs are now a political tool, used for leverage on everything from trade to immigration. The message: cooperate and get rewarded, defy and get punished. It's a global game of carrots and sticks, reshaping alliances one deal at a time. This trade war isn't one size fits all. It's a series of targeted strikes on key industries. Pharmaceuticals and semiconductors are in the crosshairs, with tariffs set to skyrocket to force companies to bring production home. The goal: end reliance on China and India for essential drugs, and outpace China in the chip race by building new fabs in the US. The risk: higher costs, supply chain chaos, and a split global tech ecosystem. Even your coffee isn't safe. A 50% tariff on Brazilian beans hits Starbucks and your local cafe. No product is too small to be used as leverage. The trade war is personal. Companies like Diageo, Mazda, and Foxconn warn of massive losses and scramble to adapt. Uncertainty makes it nearly impossible for businesses to plan ahead. Comprehensive trade deals take years, but companies are stuck in limbo now. The fallout is everywhere, from Wall Street to your kitchen table. So, is the US winning this trade war? It depends who you ask. The Trump administration touts new deals and leverage as victories, seeing chaos as necessary for a great rebalancing. Critics point to retaliatory tariffs, rising costs, and damaged alliances, arguing the pain outweighs any gains. The reality: some manufacturing is returning but not enough to offset the broader economic pain. Alliances are strained, supply chains are in flux, and the outcome is deeply uncertain. Will this gamble pay off or lead to stagnation and higher inflation? No one knows. The real question: what does fair trade mean in the 21st century? Cheap goods, balanced trade, or protecting jobs at a cost? There are no easy answers, just a world grappling with the consequences in real time.